Here we have one of or a couple of my joysticks actually. This one that I'm holding right here is one of what I call my power joystick, and I call it power because it has a power chair replacement stick on top. Now inside it's the same as my other palm joysticks. It's the topper that's different, and if I can open this up very carefully, or not so carefully, it has the standard joystick mechanism, and this is replaceable. What I've found though is because of the additional height is that some users are putting a force on it that is breaking these joysticks, and they end up breaking at almost exactly the same point where those two pieces meet. I've seen this in palm sticks too. It is a relatively common point of failure in those mechanisms, and it's one of the reasons why I made all of my palm sticks repairable, and I don't hard solder it. I use a connection so that you could swap it out when it breaks. Now, originally when I had problems with the Palm, I created the Palm Plus, and this one uses a different stick mechanism. It uses an Xbox Elite stick mechanism, which has a steel shaft, and it also has it's also threaded, so that I could use a threaded brass insert, and the toppers, instead of just friction fit, they spin on like that and they hold in place, and if it comes loose you could hit it with a tiny bit of Loctite. So I had a problem. I've had a group of folks who said they liked the stick design, but they needed a little bit bigger base, they needed a little bit heavier and stronger and easier to repair. And again, a lot of my customers are outside the United States, so shipping things back and forth for repair really doesn't work out very well for them. So I came up with this new design. You can see it's pretty significantly bigger. I guess it's not super significantly, whereas a palm is 60 millimeters across. These are 75. So it's 75 millimeters square, and it uses the same topper setup as you can see. It's a little bit more proud, a little bit higher up. And what I did inside is a couple of things. One, if I can get this open, is I'm using the same interior design that I'm using on the Plus. So this joystick is completely enclosed inside this plastic, and it's pretty beefy, and there are four screws that hold it in place. And the topper, unlike the press fit one, is like the Plus, where it has the threaded insert. So if this part breaks, it's going to be a lot easier to repair. The other thing, and you can see this little, why are these things flapping around? Well, this goes with the folks asking for more weight. The big reason I made this bigger was that I could put these weights inside. Now, these weights they're steel weights, and they are normally used for balancing car wheels. So when they're balancing a wheel with a new tire, they put these on there to make sure it's balanced. But they're great because they're relatively small and they're relatively heavy, and it just takes a couple of ounces or grams to add a pretty significant amount of heft to it. So these will have an additional 4 ounces of weight on board to help keep them stabilized. And as usual, they will have a non-slip pad on the bottom. So these are going into production very, very soon. I've got all the parts printed out and on hand, and one of these will be going out to a user in Germany, and I'm hoping that they could take a little bit more hard gaming action than the original design. Again, because of the size and more work inside, it's going to be more costly, but I think it's going to be somewhere near where the Palm Plus is. Trying to keep it as reasonable as possible. So that's one of the new sticks coming up. It's the Palm Power Plus, and it should be available within, I would say, the next week or so. Thanks for watching.